Have you ever noticed that the more people accumulate, the less content they seem to be? Why is it that as wealth increases, so often does anxiety? Welcome back to the channel, where we ask the deeper questions about life and explore the wisdom that transcends time. Today, we're peeling back the veil on one of the greatest illusions of our time, that material abundance guarantees happiness. In fact, it might be the very thing preventing it. Why do so many people, after reaching financial success, feel emptier than ever? Why do celebrities, entrepreneurs, and high achievers, those who have it all, often battle depression, burnout, or spiritual despair? The truth is uncomfortable but liberating. More does not mean better. And in chasing more, we often lose touch with what truly nourishes the human soul. Let's take a journey together, not through modern theories or financial strategies, but through the simple, timeless wisdom of the ancients. Because long before we had smartphones and stock markets, sages and philosophers were asking the same question: what makes a life worth living? And they found an answer, not in things, but in ways of being, not in owning more, but in needing less, not in controlling life, but in flowing with it. Let's begin with a story from the past. There was once a wealthy merchant named Pan. Rome crossed the line for his vast estates, fleets of ships, and golden palaces. Yet he was restless. Every night, he tossed and turned. Haunted by the fear of losing his fortune, he consulted a renowned sage, desperate for relief. The sage gave him a bowl and said, "Every day, place one white stone inside this bowl whenever you feel joy, and one black stone whenever you feel fear or sorrow." A month later, the merchant returned. The bowl was nearly full of black stones. He said, "I have everything, yet I'm miserable." The sage smiled. "Then perhaps it's not your possessions that are the problem, but what they possess in you." This story reveals something crucial. Happiness is not a result of what we hold in our hands, but what we hold in our hearts. And sometimes, the more we grip, the more we bleed. Let's explore why this happens. As we become richer, life becomes more complex, more responsibilities, more comparisons, more fear of loss, more pressure to maintain a certain image. What once brought excitement outbreeds expectation, and expectations, when unmet, become suffering. We stop appreciating and start calculating. We stop living and start performing. We stop connecting and start competing. In ancient times, happiness was seen not as an achievement, but as a way of aligning with the natural flow of life. The idea was simple: to live close to nature, to cultivate virtue, to find joy in simplicity, to nurture relationships, to remain inwardly content regardless of outer circumstances. Let me tell you about a young executive living in a high-rise apartment. She had the lifestyle many dreamed of: designer clothes, luxury vacations, a six-figure income. Yet she felt increasingly disconnected, despite her full schedule, where days felt hollow. One weekend, she visited her grandparents' rural village. With internet, malls, just fresh air, warm tea, and slow meals. For the first time in years, she felt peace. You realized her happiness hadn't been stolen, it had been buried. Buried under ambition. Buried under stress. Buried under the illusion that life must always be big, fast, and loud to be valuable. The ancient code of happiness teaches us to return to what is small, quiet, and present. Here are a few timeless truths. Gratitude brings more joy than acquisition. Slowness reveals more beauty than speed. Stillness heals more deeply than movement. Silence often speaks louder than noise. And service fills the heart more than any reward. You see, when we serve others not for recognition, but out of compassion, we touch something beyond ego. We enter the realm of the sacred. The part of us that gives becomes the part that heals. Giving connects us, receiving isolates us. The more we make life about me, the more we suffer. The more we make it about we, the more we awaken. This doesn't mean you need to give away your possessions or reject success. It means you must stop letting them define you. Use wealth. Don't let it use you. Enjoy luxury, but don't worship it, own things, but don't let them own your peace. Let me tell you about Arjun, a tech founder who sold his startup for millions. He bought homes across continents, lived a life of endless travel and indulgence. But his mental health collapsed. Panic attacks. Someday, he tried everything: therapy, medication, retreats. Nothing worked until he began volunteering at a school for underprivileged children. He said that the first time a child hugged me, not because I gave her anything, but because I listened, I cried. For the first time in years, I felt human again. Wealth did not destroy Arjun's joy. His attachment to identity did. And that's the true spiritual virus of our age, and not greed, but identity addiction. We cling to the idea of being successful, rich, powerful, and in doing so, we build a prison with golden bars. That's the way out. Presence, connection, simplicity, purpose. We need to reconnect with the natural rhythms of life, to feel the sun on our skin, the earth beneath our feet, the breath in our lungs. Enjoy a meal without screens. Listen to a friend without waiting to speak. Wake without dread, to sleep without regret. These are the new luxuries. And they're available to anyone, regardless of bank balance. Let me end with a memory. An old mind in the lies once told me, when I was poor, I dreamed of silk sheets. Now I have them, and I miss the nights I slept on straw with my children beside me, fire crackling, heartful. He paused and whispered, I had less, but I was more. That's the paradox of life. Or isn't always more. Sometimes, it's less. Less nice. Less rush. Less ego. More breath. More depth. More meaning. So today, take inventory, and not of your net worth, but of your soul's worth. Who have you loved? Who have you helped? What have you created? What have you healed? These are the true treasures. And they can never be stolen, taxed, or lost. Thank you for watching this video. If this message awakened something in you, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you'd like to support our growing community of heart-centered seekers, become a member today. May your wealth be deep, may your joy be simple, and may your heart always remember the happiest people are not those who have the most, but those who need the least.
Before you leave, here's something special. In Buddhism, we believe that every encounter carries a deeper meaning. Would you like to discover your true soul connection, the one written into your destiny? Take the soulmate test today and unveil the hidden truths of your journey. Click the link below and begin your path now.
http://soulmate. You wisdom more, come, white.